welcome to Jabbering with Jenna, and we're back with a sit down video, which I haven't done in quite a while because, as we know, I like to be up and moving. But since we're all in isolation, I can't go to watch any theatre, so we can't vlog that. Can't go on any days out, so we can't vlog that. So yeah, this is my life now, but it's fine. I'm back at home in Wales with my family. Happy days. If you've been watching my videos, you would know one of my New Year's resolutions is to read more. And it's been working. I think I've read 22 books so far this year. Coronavirus. I've read 23? I don't know. Something like that. Many books this year so far. And it's March the 28th today. Yes? Thank you. Anyway, so I thought that I'd do a video of my suggestions of the best books to read in self-isolation. Why are we doing this? Because I've been thinking about it. And these aren't just like my favourite books, but I think, well, some of them are my favourite books, but I think it's good books to read specifically during this time. Okay, so number one book on my list is Good Omens. Now, this book is really funny. I love it. They recently made a telly programme of it starring David Tennant and Michael Sheen. I don't know, but it's also got like Jack Whitehall in it, and it's really funny book. Why I think it's a good book to read during the apocalypse, as I like to call it, is because it's split up into like days, like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all that, and it's basically days until the end of the world. And I just think it's quite funny to read because everyone thinks the world is ending. The world is not ending. But anyway, this book is A, about the world ending, so it's like, and B, it's really funny, so it'll keep your spirits high. I really enjoyed this book. Okay, next on my list. I haven't got all the actual books to show you, but, you know, we're trying our best. The next thing on my list is the entire Harry Potter series. Now, you may know I'm a Harry Potter fan. What a shocker. So why not use this opportunity to read just the whole Harry Potter series since you've got the time? I mean, that's how I see it. But I'm really sad because I've got a nice bookshelf going on in my flat in London, and I didn't bring all my books home because I thought uni was only going to be shut for a month, but now I'm convinced that I'm not going back till September, so no Harry Potter for me. Books number two. Books number two is Harry Potter because, well, there's 7 of them and loads of extra books, so you might as well take the time to read them. Okay, next we've got Anne Frank. Now, I think this is a good book to read in this time because Anne Frank was stuck in a room for 2 years, and she basically stays positive for the whole thing. And, I mean, she dies at the end. Oh, spoilers, sorry if you didn't know that. I feel like everyone knows that. And, like, she dies at the end of it, and we have to stay inside for 3 weeks. We have technology, we have food to eat. We can still talk to everyone we want to talk to on the outside world through technology and stuff like that. She had to go rush into hiding and never saw any of her friends again. So, at least that's not happening to you. I mean, I think this book is quite good in this time to just go, oh, you know, our life's not that bad. We're in lockdown, yeah, but there's not a war going on, and if we go outside we'll be killed. Like, you can go in your garden. She couldn't even look out the window because of the blackout curtains. I'm looking out my nice lovely window here and living my best life, okay? At least you can sunbathe in your garden, and Frank could not. That's all I have to say on that. Okay, the next book I don't have is called Ready Player One. It's by Ernest Klein. I don't know, something like that. I'll put it on the screen. It's by this guy. But this book is sort of like, it's like about this online virtual world, like a sort of a hunt to win like this big prize in this online virtual world. And basically everyone goes to school online, they shop online, like they have an avatar in this online world. And I think it's really interesting because the world's getting more and more digital, and since we're stuck at home we can't really go outside and do much, and the main character is this guy who doesn't really go outside at all and has to live in this online world. I really enjoyed this book, but I'm quite a nerd, so that book's quite good for, like, you know, a good old nerd like me. There's a lot of information in it about like the 80s and gaming and all this sort of stuff, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, so have a read if it sounds like something that will interest you. Okay, my next suggestion is just Game of Thrones. There's such fat books and they take a long while to get through, and since we're going to be stuck here for so long, you might as well just read Game of Thrones. They're so fat and they take up a lot of your time. Since you've got a lot of time, why not? It's better now than never. I've read the first book, this is the second one, and I really enjoyed it. I read the first one and they're fat books and they're long. So I feel like since we have the time and everyone's complaining they're bored, you might as well just read these fat books. I've read the first one, so I've got second, third and fourth here to read, so I should be okay. Next we've got, this is the fourth book in the series. It's the prequel. There's a trilogy and a prequel. The Maze Runner trilogy. Now, these books are about a global pandemic. And it's not really, it's like sci-fi, but it's all about how there's a pandemic. I finished reading these like not long before the pandemic business started, and I'm like, I'm reading it like, was this made by the government? I know it wasn't. But also there's stuff in here, I can't remember where, I wanted to see if I could find it, but they talk about a war in there's something in 2020, because obviously it was written like a while ago. They're like, oh yeah, the war of 2020 kicked it all off, and I'm like, it's 2020, are we gonna die? Obviously I'm being paranoid, but I think these are like, you know, they're young adult fiction, they're good books, but B, I just think that it's funny that it's all about a pandemic, these books, and the state that the world gets to is quite bad. Maybe if you're quite worried and paranoid about COVID-19, then I wouldn't recommend these because you might want to cry. But I was reading it. This is my literal face. This is my literal face when I think about this book. And I've got this recommendation, The Boy in the Striped Pyjamas. It's a quick, easy read. I think I read this I started it around 2 o'clock on one day and I finished it by the next day. Because I think books like this, A, it's nice to have a small book to break up the big reads, and B, I just think books like set in the wartime remind me that it's not as bad as it could be. Like, I'm not living in a world war, I'm not in poverty, I've got a roof over my head, and I'm not being threatened of being gassed to death. You know, yeah. So, that's all my recommendations, and then at the moment I'm reading To Kill a Mockingbird. I've never read it before. I'm trying to make my way through a load of classic books. Yeah, this is just the book I'm reading at the moment. I can't really tell you what I think of it yet because I'm only on chapter 5. But I hope you get some good reading done in this quarantine. Thanks for watching, everyone. Like, subscribe and all that jazz. See you soon. Goodbye.